Hi musicians, this is Miss Sliminski, and this is a video about the 5th grade Orange Belt songs. In your Essential Elements book, this is on page 30, and the two songs are Song for Maria and Banana Boat Song. I'm going to play each of these songs for you and just do a quick review of the main ideas that would be new in these songs. Very first, in Song for Maria, you might have it circled, you might not, but really notice that this song begins with an up bow rather than a down bow. Why is this happening? Well, notice in the time signature it says we should have 4 beats in a measure. However, in our first measure, there's only 1. This is something new. It's called an upbeat. An upbeat is a note or a couple of notes that appear before a first full measure. Like this should have 4 beats per measure. So this is a partial measure. We call it an upbeat or a pickup. You'll find that the remaining beats that fill it up to 4 counts are found in the very last measure. Look, there's 4 notes, but it's like 1 count, 1 count, 1 count. That's only 3 counts. Our beat 4, it's kind of like it got stolen and put at the beginning. You don't change anything about how you play. Having an upbeat does not mean that you're going to repeat back to the beginning or anything, but it's part of the music grammar of how things get written. There shouldn't be any partial measures anywhere. If there are, the partial parts should add up. 1 count plus 3 gives us a full 4 counts. That's the idea of an upbeat. You'll also notice that this song has many slurs in it. So before you try the whole song, make sure that you can do each of the sets of slurs. First off, between B and A. I realize I'm pointing to in a violin book, but all of these notes in the bowings are the same no matter what instrument you play. B to A, B to A. Here, A, G, F sharp, E. Note if you're a violin or viola player, you're going to be using your 4th finger for this A right here, as well as right here. All right, here's Song for Maria. 1, 2, 3. Pretty song. I love all these slurs in here. Remember that you don't have to start with arco. It's in fact really smart idea to use some practice steps to make sure that you could clap and count the notes, or the rhythms really, to be able to follow along in the music and to sing it. Buzz, that's a band thing, but for us as string players to air bow, to sing and practice the fingerings. Chunking. That is a huge step for this one. To chunk is just to break up a song into parts rather than do the entire thing every time. I'd break up each line in half. So each line has 2 parts, and there you've split up the song into 4 chunks. Good way to practice that. Same idea for Banana Boat Song, 117. That's a really good practice habit to just work on a section. Make sure you can do that, and then go on to a next part. Now, Banana Boat Song has something new and special. D, C all fine means da capo all fine. Fine is here. D, C all fine is here at the very end. When I play this song, you'll notice that I play straight through the whole thing, both lines, and then when I get here, I'm going to jump back to the beginning, because that's what that tells me to do. D, C means go back to the beginning, but stop at fine. You notice that's where we actually have the double bar line. So here's Banana Boat Song. Notice the first 4 notes are 2 counts long. Make sure you start these slow enough so that you can play the rest in a steady heartbeat. 1, 2, ready, go. are. That was Banana Boat Song. Make sure that you go back to the beginning and make those notes last. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.